Hi guys, so if you can see this ball of yarn over here, you will already know the theme. Today I'm going to show you all my projects that I'm currently working on and I'm planning to do this year. Whether or not I'll finish, we will see, but I'm kind of hoping that if I make this video, then it would make obligatory, it will make me feel like obligated to finish them up and not just start and leave, because you know, people with ADHD do that kind of stuff. So let me start with the one that I'm just working on. This is actually going to be a beautiful blanket that, because I only have short needles, I'm making panels. They look like really long scarves, but yeah, one skein of yarn is actually one panel, and the leftover wool I'm going to use to combine them. And so the end dimensions of this blanket should be 90 centimeters by 190, so it should be like a full blanket for one person. And currently I have made one panel, and the second panel is just being finished as we speak. Now I'm sitting on a box that is actually my yarn box, and here I have some more yarn that I'm going to work on. So this is the yarn that is like this one. It is actually velvet type of yarn, and I'm going to use it to make my niece a blankie. When my niece was born, it was last year in March, beginning of March, I made a quick crochet blankie, and I also knitted one blanket for her. I asked my sister what would be good, you know, for the present and what does she need for baby, and she said that she needs blankets. So I made her some blankets that are basically blankets for the little baby. So now she's a bit older and she needs some new blankets, so I'm also going to do that for her. Then this is my today's project. It is just one ball of yarn, and I'm going to make myself a thin cap that I can use until the temperatures get a bit hotter. Now, last week I suffered from such an acute sinusitis. It literally dropped me in bed. I was not able to move one entire day. Like literally I would just get up, feel dizzy, feel sick, and just go back to bed. My entire face was just completely stiff and it was awful. And this is something that is actually a chronic pain for me, and I usually have this sort of sinusitis bouts when I go outside and I don't wear a proper headgear. Now what happened is, the day before I lost my cap that my mom knitted for me, so I need to make a new one. Now this cap I won't knit, I will actually crochet. I do knit, as you can tell, and also this blanket for my niece will also be knitted, but I'm actually much better at crocheting. Knitting is almost a bit painful for me. It goes at a snail's pace, and as long as I stick to just knitting and purling or ribs, I'm fine. If I try to do anything else, all hell breaks loose. Now, the only other thing that I can do with knitting is to change color. That's actually something that I've learned first with crocheting, and then I just, you know, transitioned that to the knitting. So I actually started making our Christmas socks that I forgot are not here at the moment. I'm going to bring them. I also have that for this year, so. Oops. So, Christmas socks. I have a white one that's already done. It has mistletoes and hearts because I decided, and pom-poms. I decided to go with a bit of traditional, how to say, motifs for the Christmas. And this is the green sock, and I also have here this red yarn that I'm going to do, that I was also using for the motifs on the green and on my white sock, and I'm going to do a red sock. So that's for the next year Christmas. I was hoping to be done with the socks until this Christmas, but I have a fear of heels, like serious fear of knitting heels. If you want me, I will knit you all of the gloves in the world, all of the caps in the world. I have no issues working with multiple needles. Just don't make me knit a heel. It's like every time I have to start a heel, like literally this sock, this was done up until here. Then it took me 4 days to start this heel, like just to start it, like to make the first row. I was actually like just gathering courage to start a stupid heel for 4 days. It's like almost a week when you're just stuck here. And then what I did was, okay, now I gathered my courage, now let's go. Then I did the entire heel in one sitting, because I don't need the whole day for a heel. No, I just need to, skip over my fear of heels. Maybe one day I will knit a sock and I will not have to take 4 days to prepare for a stupid heel. We'll see. The one mistake that I did with these socks is that instead of using stockinette stitch, I used ribs, because I love ribs. And because I thought that you need to make socks with ribs, with rib stitch. I don't know why I did that. Yeah, but anyway, I have quite a lot of this red yarn, and I was also thinking about making one cap and maybe some gloves, like Christmas, style of attire, or Yule style of attire, because I really like this red color. It's nice. I think it goes well. Yeah. And I also have some white yarn over here. Yeah, that's also the yarn that I use for this, and I bought the extra because I wasn't sure that I'm gonna have enough for all of the socks and the cap that's supposed to be red and white combo. Okay, now the next thing. The next project that I'm currently working on, really currently, is this tablecloth. I found this pattern online, and yeah, I really liked it, and I wanted something that is like a bit more modern, because I have a ton of tablecloths that were done by my grandma that are, well, you can say they're an heirloom, but first of all, they don't fit my table. They don't fit any of the furniture that I have in the apartment. Second of all, they're still in her closet, so that does not help me, of course. And the third thing is that the roses. There are these old patterns that are now, I mean, they're beautiful, but they're not my style, not the patterns that I will ever put on my table. But yeah, but okay, yeah. So I decided to make my own. And I stopped working on it because I lost my hook. And I tried buying the hook of the same size, but I don't know why, for some reason, the tension with the new hook wasn't the same as with the old one. It just did not look and it did not feel exactly the same. So I stopped working on it until I found my hook. Now that I found it, I can finally continue. But at the moment, I would like to finish this blankie first because I really need a blankie. I don't have a blankie that I can, I like to sit in front of the TV, watch sports, and just cover myself with a blanket. But currently, I don't have any blankets. I have one old one that's, I think it has holes by now. We bought it, I don't know how many years ago. It's of the wrong color. It's just completely, it's light blue blanket that is a bit weird size, that is too short actually. It doesn't cover me enough, in a way that I want. I cannot actually like wrap myself as a burrito because that's what I do with blankets. I wrap myself around with the blanket and then I'm fine. That's how I watch all sports, be it football, NFL, rugby, whatever. It's how I watch sports. The other method of watching sports is what I do now, and that is sit and knit or sit and crochet. So I have one more project for this year that I plan to do. That is one other hand working technique, and that's macrame. So I'm also planning to take advantage of my beautiful long doors here, and I'm going to make a net. So that I can use it for the decoration around my home. I don't really like to buy stuff that I can do myself, and the fact is that I really enjoy all of this. I enjoy crocheting, I enjoy knitting, and I mean, the minute that I started doing all of the macrame, I fell in love with it. So I like to do my stuff. If I want to do something, if I want to have something for decor that I can do, then I would first search for the resources, see if I have something in my cupboard, or if I don't, then buy the resources and then just make it myself. Because that way I found it that it ticks two boxes. First, I get really nice, really unique decor because this thing has so many mistakes and cat hair in it that nobody can say that I did not make it. This one has actually handiwork here and there from my cat that decided that she wants to help me with it. So, and also, if I make a mistake while I'm crocheting or I'm knitting, I don't see that as really a big deal. I just see it as something that makes my piece unique. Whereas if it was done in a factory, it will be constantly the same. So most likely while I'm crocheting my net, while I'm, tying my net, I will make a mistake. At least one knot will be in the wrong direction, will be done with the wrong strain, but it will be mine. That knot that is the wrong knot, that you see, a piece of cat hair that is woven into my tablecloth is my piece of my cat's hair that is, you know, woven into my tablecloth, and it's what makes all of this and all of the pieces that I do unique. So, hopefully I will finish all this up for this year, based on the fact that I am, you know, working basically 8 to 5, and I have a full-time job, and I have a garden, and I do all sorts of projects. I think this should be enough projects for this year for me. We'll see how it goes, because I still may not finish everything, and I still may start 1,001 other project, but hopefully I won't. There's a chance that I might do at least one other baby blankie, but we'll see what the time will take. So thank you for listening to me. Hopefully I wasn't too boring, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye bye.